The viewers of Crossviews, we are happy you decided to stay put because you are die-hearted lovers of Crossviews on CMTV. And so those who are watching us live, CMTV Buzz, the Buzz is BUZZ. And so we're disturbed by the, should I call it the electricity company, that the light has to go off. And that's why we're off air. And thank God we are back. This time we'll go back to Dr. Busi, who was trying to say something.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Before we continue with that, I want to say that last time we talked here on the issue of privatization, and we have just seen the disadvantages of privatization in this country, monopoly of power. You cannot enjoy the largesse of analyzing on TV without light going off. And we need sustainable light in this country. Government needs to sit up. And Mr. Moderator, looking at the issue of Buea, the name of Buea, I've seen us hitting our heads here, whether we like it or not. What I'll end is by saying that what matter is legacies. Okay. Because you cannot play with politicians. Politicians always have this self-interest of names. And if you go to other countries where you see they put names, you see a level of development. You go to other countries, or you go to Nigeria, before politicians want to stand for campaign even, you start constructing a road to keep a legacy. We have seen situations where politicians come and put names here, and very soon they start calling us other persons' names and stigmatizing them. And we want to say that if Buea wants to remain with the name Legendary Hospitality, they should be welcoming. They should welcome any person, with every Cameroonian, without stigmatization. And I think that to an extent, Buea has been welcoming, whether we like it or not, because we have seen that many persons have constructed in Buea, and they are working in the university and other administrative offices, and they have constructed their homes in Buea, and they are living comfortably. And I want to end by saying here that names are good, but names should come with legacies. Whether the late mayor, the city of excellence, I want to say excellence is very difficult to attain excellence in life. As a teacher, when you mark and the student have 18 or 20, we say excellent. And I want to say that it's very difficult to attain excellence. The name excellent was good because it could be a push and pull factor for people to work hard and achieve a certain standard. The name hospitality is to welcome everybody so that we can engage in nation building. But at the end of the day, one matter is the legacy of the name. Thank you.
Okay, let me begin with you, Mr. Solomon Ate. You know, immediately it was announced, it went viral on social media, Buea is back to legendary hospitality, and we got it that there were secret meetings that the Ekema group, those who are not part of the council again, had to team up. Maybe they are mobilizing to come back very strong. Do you see more chaos as far as Buea is concerned? And by what we are still trying to investigate, we heard when the Minister of Territorial Administration got it, he wasn't himself. He wasn't happy about it.
Well, I don't know if the Minister of Territorial Administration got the news and wasn't really happy about it, but
because some people make a statement. Even he said here in Buea that he is Ekema and him are maybe yes, children from different.
I don't have the facts to ascertain that he got that and he wasn't very happy about it. But I equally be surprised if he hears that and he's not happy about it. I'll be very surprised because this has gone beyond a war of words to an ideology that is fast dividing people within the municipality of Buea, caused by a group of politicians, which the Minister of Territorial Administration is not unaware of that. And I think that the Minister of Territorial Administration, to an extent, has not been playing that fatherly role of bringing the people in the city of Buea to live together. I didn't say that he should impose.
But although Buea is under, should be under a local development but territorial administration, giving his speech he made here, yes.
That's where I want to land. By saying that even though it's not his direct responsibility to install social order in a certain municipality, but we understand that this is Cameroon and power comes from Yaoundé and dictates its law where people live in certain communities, even though we have people who are leading in those communities, but sometimes those leaders just appear as figureheads. And so we have this system in Cameroon where people in high places influence the decision that take place in local communities.
Do you see those of the ideology of legendary hospitality? Those of legendary hospitality welcoming back the bike riders?
For me, I really think that the issue of bike riders is good and bad. Good in the sense that it facilitates transportation in remote areas within the city of Buea, and bad because there is a certain urban disorder that is created within some administrative areas where bikes are not supposed to be. I think that we are not saying that bikes should circulate in the town of Buea, but we are saying that they should circulate but get into the remote areas where people find it difficult for taxis to access. Because if you look at Buea, Buea is one of the most beautiful towns in Cameroon, and that fact that bike riders don't circulate anyhow in Buea accounts for that. And so to me, I see the issue of bikes not circulating everywhere as a good point for the development of Buea. And I equally think that it should not be completely banned because the bikes have a very critical role to play within the development of the city.
Can I add something with the bikes?
Yes,
just
maybe
slightly before.
Okay, 30 seconds.
30
There,
seconds.
go to yes.
The issue of bike riding is very important. It booms the economy to an extent because it creates employment for some of these people. Most of these bike riders, most of them have gone wild because they are not doing their bike.
And some people say it also upgrades or maybe it makes
at,
insecurity to be.
He's saying that Buea is very developed. I don't buy that. Buea is not, when you look at towns in this county that are developed, Buea can be a cosmopolitan town, but the town planning of Buea is not as developed as other towns in this county.
Maybe they see the one street.
Infrastructure, if you look at the infrastructure of Buea, it's not the best.
Okay.
That's why you see the issue of bike also problematic. Go to Bamenda town, the roads, though the roads are not good, but they have a lot of roads that can create bikes to move within the towns. So the fact that Buea is just a one way. So I had a discussion. I entered a taxi someday from Tiko to Mutengene to Buea. I had a conflict with somebody because he was a denizen of Buea. I said Buea is not developed in terms of infrastructure. And he was angry. I said it's facts. Go to Yaoundé, go to Douala, go to Bafoussam, you will see roads. You will see roads from different. So Buea needs to create more roads, whether I like it or not. In terms of infrastructure, Buea is poor.
Let me come to you, Item Armstrong. Given that we foresee another chaos, the Ekema camp, those who are no more part of the council, because there are some who have been taken by this regime now in the council, like one of the assistant mayors and some other councillors. What do you foresee in times to come, because we hear there is a kind of underground mobilization?
I think your question was what was running in your mind. Okay. You know, the politics of Buea in Fako subdivision has been something that is unpredictable. During the era or the time of Ekema, there was a push where you saw it was as if Ekema is the right person. Even though if you look at the politics, you know, let me be sincere to you guys. When the people are analyzing football, they touched Colonel Messi and all the other. Let me be straight to the point here in politics too. We should not turn around. If you look at Peter Mafani, he has been the boss here in Buea for over a period of time. And people like Mbela Moki, people like the former Vice President of the National House of Assembly,
Lefaka,
and the former, he was the Chancellor of the University of Buea. Njoma. You know, they had that camp and they were really working in synergy for the development of Fako. But when Ekema came into the scene, he started paying allegiance to the young politician who was...
which was good.
Yeah, no, the young politician, I mean the Minister of Secondary Education, Nalova Lyonga. When he said which was good, he is more of masterminding seniors. You know, in any area of life, you have people who are ahead of you. You don't completely sideline them. You move towards them for experience. So Ekema started moving towards Nalova, acknowledging him to be the political boss of Fako. Why, if you look detailing in politics,
and the rest,
exactly. Yes. When you look detailing in the politics of Fako, Nalova had little influence, even though he had created some noise within the University of Buea that pushed him to where she is today. And because of this, today, as we are talking here, power has banged back, and it's a power vacuum. And this power vacuum is causing the old
they have come back.
Yeah, to mobilize, to take over the scene. And let me be honest to you, Buea is headed by CPTM. Either they are in camps or they are in one. What is true is that there is a greater number of people who are of good standing here in Buea who have a stronger camp. And there is no logic in saying that Buea today is again the town of legendary hospitality, because the people who are dictating, you know, when my man Jomo Siri talk of called Ekema as a warrior, it was not he was a warrior. That was why he could overtake those people. He was more of
that's why he was giving
fighter.
Yes.
Nobody could even. I'm sure even in the session, maybe people didn't even accept the name excellent, but he wields a lot of people. You remember when he said there will no host the even if the president of the republic, you know, that tells you the kind of person he was. If he wants it, he gets it, and but nobody can come.
Don't you think that Ekema was somebody who came into a house where there was a lot of hidden secret, there was skeleton in the house, but he tried to make sure that he brought some sanity in the house, but he was hated?
When you talk of skeleton, politics is never without skeletons. What is of essence is that when you come, you must not expose the skeleton of your successor, because your successor has the skeleton as well as you have your skeletons. So what is of essence is that when you come into the scene, you march forward and play, achieve your objectives or release the goods to the people who voted you into power.
Dr. Busi, we foresee underground games are taking place that we don't know what may sprout in future. Now, what is your take about the tomorrow of Buea?
I want to say that the tomorrow of Buea is bleak. Mr. Mambo Williams, we know opposition parties that are coming up. I'm not here to patronize the CRM party, where Mr. Jomos wanted to vie for the position of the mayor. But I want to say that when you look at the future of politics in Buea, is bleak in the sense that particular persons have antagonized the political realm here in Fako. And we think that they need to also build young people in the political realm of their political parties. So that's why I say the party is a party issue, an in-house issue, that if they don't trash as early as possible, they always have political conflict.
But most of the councillors in the Buea Council are young people.
That's not true.
I've not seen the case. I've not seen the case.
I was politics is not a joke.
I've not seen the case.
We are coming to that. Yeah, we are coming to it.
Even when we used to talk of the Lord Mayor of Buea, that was a very young gentleman. And I want to say that though he's strong.
Because if I say young people, you know, in Cameroon, they say youthfulness is a state of mind.
No, Mr. Moderator, we have to be honest. When you look at who is a youth, they define a youth as somebody from the ages 18. The African Charter. The African Charter defines a youth as somebody from the ages 18 to 35. And how many youths have you seen who are below 35 as councillors in Buea? Because these are the people who are going to be voting. They'll be doing the council, the upcoming regional elections. And you see only old faces, our parents, the issue of gerontocracy. Where are the places of the youth in governance, in politics in this country? We are talking of regional elections that will be coming up. You and I will not vote. The persons that will vote are councillors. And most of these councillors have already been bought over. And mostly, we don't even see the youthfulness of most of the councillors to tell you the kind of regional councils that we will have.
Mr. Njomo, you were vibrating.
I went for you, journalist. Because
I'm sorry to use this kind of word. We talk
sometimes without content.
Yeah.
When you say the Buea,
the content is that they say
excuse
youthfulness
me,
is a state of mind. Yes.
Excuse me, I've been quiet for the whole day.
Yeah.
So, the municipality actually have not done inter-sectional governance policy like young people are totally excluded.
Okay.
And when you look at the municipality, those who are hustling are the youth. Personally, I don't think if I come back to town, I will permit bike because I don't think bike riding is a profession. And it should be very clear. People should, Buea has a lot of money. I will make available funds for them to go to the farm, and Buea have fertile soil. I will put to their disposal trucks.
Is there a political?
I think that's a political manifesto. We are saying of
maybe the viewers who want to get his political manifesto. Let's just get the political manifesto. It will judge him tomorrow. Let's just get it.
Yes. So I was just passing by saying that
we
should not think that it's a good thing to sacrifice people's life when you are on that two wheels, narrow wheel truck. Any wind can blow you down, and you cannot have a family of 3 children, 5 children back home just for them to hear that a wind have blown and you are fallen, and it is a life that is gone, and it's a generation of orphanage that you have put behind. No, I don't think.
With 4 wheels.
I don't really think that bike riding is a job.
Okay.
I'm one of those who are still celebrating, and I'm happy seeing how those who used to do bike riding in town have converted. Most of them are tomato farmers, and I'm happy for them. And in my own era, I'm going to make available funds. They will not only do tomatoes.
I will do campaigns now.
Everyone, let me just give 30 seconds each. Yes, 30 seconds.
Mayor Cyril happens to be doing his campaign. I have to make him to understand that our society is supposed to be diversified.
Exactly.
We shouldn't crucify those who are doing bad riding, menial jobs to survive.
No, it's not a menial job. It's a risky job.
No, it's a risky job.
Every work is a risk. All work are risky jobs.
We saw how people die.
Why is the university not putting motorbikes? Yes.
Let me come to that.
Dr. Busi, yes.
Let me come to that.
Yes. Dr. Busi, yes.
University is an economy also.
It depends on the governance system, Mr. Moteto.
Okay.
If the rate of unemployment is, look at the ghost and strategic paper. The rate of unemployment. The rate of unemployment in this country is catastrophic.
People will put the money.
The president said we should be creative.
We are talking on the perspective of a campaign issue.
No, I'm telling you what I will do.
The issue now at the ground, especially in ground zero, the issue now in ground zero, Mr. Moteto, especially in Buea, in northwest and southwest.
Okay.
Most youths do not have jobs. How can they afford for jobs when there are no jobs? I feel that let Mayor Ekema stop the issues of bike. It was because of the Anglophone crisis.
Okay.
It was because of the crisis. Before then, bikes were running in some of this environment. It was because of the Anglophone crisis. And these bikes, though they have their own kind of way of life that we do not permit,
and later statistics show that insecurity was perpetrated.
But I want to say that most of them used to feed their families.
Yeah.
And most of them even send their children to school.
Some have bare houses.
Some of them bare houses with these bikes issues. And some of them might have entered where they are today because they are not working. Okay. So we should look for other avenues where our youth will get engaged and they can be working, Mr. Moteto. Okay. That's what we are saying.
I did not finish my 30 seconds, please.
It's just an issue of structural
employment. On this issue of bike riding, Mr. Busi Enes rightly said it was the issue of security.
Yes.
Okay.
That caused the mayor, and I accept that he did a good job because, you know, the bike can enter any quarter, that it can enter any rough road. So for that reason, even beside that, there have been testimony all over that people were, that is on boys whose identity could not be known, entered and did this and did that.
Insecurity was on high.
For that reason, they have to stop bike. But let me tell you, if you go to towns like in Yaoundé, for example, you go to Bonamosadi, you will not see bike. There are other towns. If you want to make a town to look very responsible, when Mayor Belamoki was destroying calaboose along the roadside, people condemned him. There were people, but today those very people are rejoicing. Wow, this is Buea. This is the town we have been looking for. Now let me tell you, before something good comes, there must be something that people will criticize. On issue of bike riding, me myself particularly, I don't like bike riders because they behave very unreasonably. They are always in the
not
middle.
All, not all, sir. Not all.
Is this
Okay.
not what
No,
Should we say some? Should we say some? Should we say some?
Is
I
that
don't
not
buy
what
me the
we're
kind
talking
of
about?
language.
Let me learn.
Should we say some?
Some of the
Okay.
bike riders.
Is this not what we're
Not all, not all.
Some of
Okay,
the bike
yes.
riders.
Okay.
Not all.
If I'm talking, let me learn.
Yeah, not all,
When I
yes.
said they behave very unreasonably.
Not all.
Where? Let me
Yes,
learn.
not, yes.
When I at times I
Some.
want to cross the road on the
Yeah.
zebra crossing, I know that at the middle of the road I have to stop to see whether I can cross the other side. A bike rider is in the middle on high speed.
Okay.
So that practice is so rampant with bike riders that I feel that they should be cautioned. They should be caught and maybe cautioned.
That's what you were saying.
When I'm talking, you should allow me to learn because statements I cannot say everything at a moment.
Okay.
I cannot completely say they should not ride bike because there are some people feeding their family.
Okay, we
But
are concluding
they
on
should be
this.
cautioned.
What do you
That's the
wish?
best way
What
to
do
say
you
it, sir.
wish the legendary hospitality ideologist?
Before I put through, I want to remind Doctor that he does not have the monopoly of interjecting in people's time of.
I'm not interjecting,
If we want to make this platform unlivable, we can make it.
Okay.
So when we want to be gentle, please, there should not be.
Lord Mayor.
Your good way for legendary hospitality.
I'm not
once we have
interjecting.
said
I'm
that-
just interjecting a point that is not clear.
Okay. Your goodwill for legendary hospitality.
So once we have said that is truly the topic today on legendary hospitality actually was necessary for the people because Buea is migrating.
Okay.
People come in and move out. And those who have been here for some time know that Buea is very hospitable. And we ourselves should help the town to improve. That's why some of the measures that were taken during this council session was like the council, the municipality council should make provision for
Lighting.
additional trucks
Okay.
that can be picking up the waste. Those are the kind of things we want to encourage. And some of those bike riders could be employed because it will give them a decent job. Mark you, if you enter the government at 32 and you are retired at 55, you can be living on a salary on a pension of between 18 to 36,000. That money is far more better than somebody who sacrifices his life and can die anytime. Bike riding is not a profession. It's because of challenges that people use it as a curative measure
Okay.
of alternative, and because of that they impregnate girls because they have little money in their pockets, and the future of those children is very vulnerable. So I'm talking about decent life here, and that is what when we are thinking of a town that is hospitable.
Are you saying everybody should be a director, manager?
Excuse me. We are talking about when they say decent job, it's a job that the risks to die are reduced.
Limited.
And you, the administrator, that is your
What about
responsibility.
doing mining?
Okay.
Mayor?
I want to give the youngest
They have
person in the panel.
insurance, they have
I want to give the
insurance.
youngest person in the
Are we
panel
saying
10
that-
seconds
are we
to
saying that these
conclude.
people don't have syndicates?
Yes, 10 seconds to
Before
conclude. You are
interject,
concluding.
let me
Yes, you are
conclude.
concluding. 10 seconds, please.
I would like us to really be conscious of the kind of languages we use on people's way of life.
Okay.
It is difficult for us to conclude that everybody who is doing bike riding is irresponsible. We know of very responsible people who, out of the fact that there is no other alternative, instead of them going to steal, have taken to the street to bike riding, and they are making a living out of it. And so it's very difficult for us. It's not very healthy for us to sit on a panel and say that these people are irresponsible, they get women pregnant, as if it's all of them who get women pregnant. It's very difficult.
Some of them are legally married.
I want to conclude by saying that people don't just get into a profession, into something because they want to make money. They get into it because they want to solve a problem. Is this bike riding solving a problem? If people are solving a problem and making money out of it, then I don't see the reason why we should not qualify it as a profession.
Dear viewers of CMTV, viewers of Crossviews, we will just go to the next topic immediately without waste of time. You know, President Ni John Frundi, the